Hey everyone, Coty here. And today I wanted to kind of give you a behind the scenes of this painting channel that I've had for years that I haven't really posted on in probably about 2 years. I think I've posted a couple of videos for updates, but not actual painting videos. Anyone that's kind of followed the channel has probably noticed that I don't really post painting channels. But what I wanted to show you was kind of the inside of the channel on how much money it's made, at least from an AdSense perspective for a channel with 8,000 subscribers. And so I'll just kind of show you the analytics and also just the actual amount of money and kind of talk about why it's not more, because it's not as much as you think, and it's not nothing. We'll kind of get into it, but we'll talk about the analytics and kind of the best way for you as a small channel to make money with AdSense, because I think there's a lot more opportunity now. There's more competition, sure, because of AI, because there's more people just doing it, but also there is a chance to make kind of more money in general because there's more avenues to make money, and also it's just kind of easier to make money on YouTube, I think. So, again, there's more people fighting for it, but there's also more opportunity. So, there are people who make full-time income just on AdSense alone, although I don't suggest it. There are some other things I'll talk about. But just from an AdSense perspective, let's kind of get into it. I apologize. So I'm going to switch over here. All right, so this is my actual inside of my account, and this is current today. So you can kind of, you can't see the date, but it is June 9th of 2023, so that kind of the date stamp. I've had this channel for years. I don't even remember how many years, but it's actually been monetized about 3 years. I got it monetized actually around my birthday of 2020. So it was kind of during, the pandemic and all that. But I actually got monetized around my birthday about 3 years ago. So I'm going to go back in the analytics to kind of show that. So you can see that I have 8,000 subs, almost 9, and that's still going up even though I don't post. I've posted some kind of shorts here about some of the poetry books I've written, but not really anything about the channel actual painting. So this channel was based on painting. I did a ton of painting videos. We're going to show kind of the most viewed videos, but it's really not a lot. So the thing is that this was before YouTube Shorts was really a thing. They were around, but they weren't as big now then as they were now. I think during COVID, like YouTube Shorts kind of really ramped up, but let's kind of get into it. So I don't want to, hold you hostage with all this nonsense. I want to go over this stuff because it's important. So I'm going to get to the revenue. And it's not that I'm kind of delaying it to get watch time. I'm really just going to kind of go through it because it's very important if you're trying to get monetized, or if you're trying to make monetization really work, that you understand what you can do better. Because there's a lot of things that I didn't do because I was lazy and I went through a depression. So I just kind of stopped doing videos, stopped painting. And then when I kind of came out of that, I actually stopped painting because I was doing better. But there's a lot of work I could have done that would have been better if I had actually put in the work. So first off, we'll talk about just kind of currently, I'm still going up in subscribers. And this is another point that having the channel, as long as it doesn't get deleted for any reason, is great, because you are constantly getting like subscribers and views once the channel's up. Like I said, I haven't really posted in the last 2 years, I think, or a year and a half. And I'm still getting views on the videos. So you can kind of see even now in the last 28 days, I still have videos getting hundreds or thousands of views. So, a YouTube channel can be great if you're really willing to look at it from a business perspective and really put in the work to make it work. So in the last 28 days, I've made $68. It's really nothing. I'm not complaining. It's basically free money at this point because it's based on work that I did before. And, but $68 for almost a month's worth, like a month of a month's worth of content, just really isn't anything. I could make that in a few hours in a job. So, it's again, it's not nothing. So I'm not complaining. I still have 1,000 watch hours. Not crazy, not terrible. And then, $6 to $8 of revenue. I only make $3 or $4 a day. All right. So let's go to content and kind of talk about that. You can kind of see that. Yeah. So you can see here, for views, I don't really get any views anymore because I don't post anymore. So really with the YouTube thing, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because in order to be successful on YouTube, to stay relevant, you kind of have to post all the time. You have to keep posting and keep posting and keep posting to stay top of mind for people, but also for the algorithm to really push you. So the algorithm really doesn't like people who take breaks. Now, if you're a large YouTuber, you can probably get away with it. But even Graham Stephan, the finance guy, he's talked about how he doesn't go more than a week without posting. And if you hear noise, it's because my cat, I love her, but she's playing with toys. So, but Graham Stephan even said he can't go more than a week without posting because the algorithm starts to suggest you less. So it's kind of a hamster wheel though, because sometimes you get burnt out because you're just posting just to post. So, you kind of have to be careful with it. If you are very diligent about it, very kind of structured in how you approach it, then you can make it work. You just kind of have to keep that in mind, that once you're kind of on the treadmill, you have to stay on the treadmill if you want to see any kind of success. So you can see I kind of had a spike in views, but these are shorts. Now, here's what I will say. Shorts are great for getting views, but long form is great for making money, because the amount of money you make on shorts, you'll see in a few minutes, is not great. But long form videos not only have the ads like before and after possibly, but also in the middle of the ad, like the video, and everybody complains about the ads, but everybody also wants to make money off the ads. So, it's just kind of I've accepted it. If there's ads on a video, that person's just trying to make a living. So, all right, let's talk about all content. You can see that most of my views come from long form video. Another thing with long form video is the search aspect. So a lot of people find my channel because of search. I'm actually going to switch over to Lifetime and kind of show you the overall thing, and we'll go to that. So you can see I have just over 1 million views. It's like 1.1 million. I think I got the email a few months ago that I crossed 1 million views. And it sounds like a lot. And I'm not saying it's not, and maybe years ago 1 million views would have been a lot, but nowadays people get multi-million views on one video just by going viral very easily. Usually they're shorts, but sometimes a video breaks the algorithm and it goes super viral, and it's a long form video. It just depends. The whole thing that I've learned out of all this is part of it is luck. Part of it is just really trying to make your videos good. They don't have to be super over the top professional, but the thing is that you have to put in some kind of effort to retain the viewer. Retention is a huge thing nowadays, so you kind of have to keep people engaged, and it's a lot harder with long form video. But if you know what you're doing, or you have a very niche audience that you've kind of built up over time, that really helps. So anyway, you can see that I've posted about 400 something videos, 350 video, 54 short, and then other, I'm guessing, is like live streams and stuff. Oh no, live streams is too. So I'm not sure what other is, honestly. But anyway, I have about 400 something videos or 500 something videos. I don't even remember anymore. Okay, subscribers, obviously 8,000, and then mostly from long form, some short and other. Again, I think this is just people landing on the page and subscribing or something. Most of my channel, or let's say about a third of my viewers, came from YouTube search. And then another third came from suggested. So YouTube search is obviously people looking for a keyword. Obviously, this is very powerful. You can see that a third of my viewers over, so a third of almost 1.2 million, is about 400,000 of my views have come from the YouTube search. So people looking up keywords in search. And that was part of my strategy some of the times for some of the videos. Other times it was just to make a video I wanted to make. All right, and then about almost another third from suggested. So these are the videos that you see on the side of a YouTube video where it's suggesting your content. One way to really kind of hack that is to create videos around the similar topic. So I would do a bunch of Gerard Richter or a bunch of Jackson Pollock videos, so that my video not only came up for like a search term, but then also came up for recommended. So if you really want to kind of hack that algorithm, one thing to do is to create a video on a topic, or create 3 to 4 videos on a topic. And if you make them good enough, that there's a good retention there in the video, you can keep people over halfway through the video, then YouTube will start to recommend those other videos to the same people. So then you can start to get views not only on the initial video but other videos as well. All right, so and then external is those videos being embedded on someone else's site or your own site if you have a website. Browse is people just kind of finding it randomly if they're looking just kind of in a category or something. Channel pages, they came to my channel and watched it, and then other is probably just other websites or something. All right, so typical views, 90 to 300. Not crazy, not great, but whatever. And then impressions and so on and so forth. So impressions is how many people saw it. About 43% of people watch my videos. This comes down to good thumbnails. And when I started, I just didn't care about thumbnails, and I'm still kind of like not good at thumbnails. But that's only because I don't try very hard. You really have to make decent thumbnails. You have to put in some effort for the thumbnails. I've really kind of realized that now. But it makes or breaks, videos. So thumbnails get views, unfortunately. All right, so that is the content. Let's go to audience. You can see that, in 2020, I really did not get any views. You can see up at, from 2012 to 2020, it doesn't show anything. And then in 2020 is when I, actually started running the channel, and you can kind of see these numbers here. And then I really spiked, in 2022 when I had posted kind of my final videos. So it's funny because I kind of spiked right here, for thousands. That was, I think, also when I started talking about my poetry and stuff. But yeah, it is what it is. This is pretty cool. So if you go in your audience tab, you can see when people view your videos. So for me, it's between 6 and 12 normally. This is awesome because this tells you when the best time to post is. So generally, my best thing to post would be around 6 o'clock. So if I posted around 6, it would pick up these traffic. And the first few hours of a video are very important. So, you want to try to publish, when your viewers are going to most likely see your video. All right. This is cool what your audience watches, because it shows kind of other videos in the space that people are watching, probably from recommended. And this is cool because it gives you an idea of what people are, what people are watching. So you can kind of, maybe make similar videos, or you can, talk about these same things to kind of capitalize on this. It's actually really smart to make content around these videos, like if it's interesting to you, because then you can kind of capitalize on these types of things, right? All right, and then formats, people watch mostly videos instead of shorts. Watch time from subscribers is 92%. So a lot of my viewership came from people I built up over time. It's very important for your, knowing your audience, right? You've kind of built that trust. Geography is good because it kind of tells you who your audience is. And then this stuff is important, if you're trying to cater to a specific demographic, how you structure your videos. Age and gender is good. Mine's pretty spaced out and almost pretty even on male and female. And then closed captions, most people don't need them. I do think there is a place for them, though. All right. And now I'm going to skip over and do research. There's nothing there. I'm just teasing. So let's go to revenue. All right. So here it is. Final number, 5,500. And this is over the course of 3 years. So this is why I say it's not great. My revenue is not good. But there's also kind of a lot to that. because, again, I don't post anymore. So when I was posting more, I made like $5 to $10 a day. Basically, you can kind of see my best day was $15. There's a lot that plays into this. So first off, it's views. I mean, I just didn't get a lot of views. Like I said, it took me 3 years to reach 1 million views. So, it took a long time. However, 5,000 is not nothing. So 5,000 in 3 years, it's probably about $1,700 or something. I don't know. I'm not good at math, but obviously if it was 6,000, it'd be 2,000 a year. And, if it was 4,500, it'd be about 15. So yeah, probably like $1,700 a year, or we could rough it out and say 1,800. But anyway, it's about $100 to $200 a month is basically what I averaged. And again, it's not great. It's not a lot of money. I could make that in a few days of actual work of a job. But I'm not complaining. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. So obviously, it's not nothing. And I'm super grateful for it. I still get YouTube checks every few months of a few $100s. So, it's not nothing. But again, it plays into a lot of things. First off, the niche that I'm in, the art niche, is not generally a high paying niche. So there's not, so you don't make necessarily a lot of money on the revenue side of it. So like the CPM for the videos, there's like this, the CPM is like the cost per 1,000 or whatever. And that's like how much they pay for it. And it doesn't show it in here, but basically, the cost per 1,000 isn't very high for this niche here. Also, again, I didn't post that often. So, if you posted probably every day or a couple times a week at least, and you could get the retention and you could make, you could get 10,000 to 100,000 views on a video easily, then you can make some serious money. Again, my most viewed video is probably a couple 100,000 views. I think it's like 100,000. Let's see if I click on this video, let's see what it does. So video analytics, let's see if it shows the reach. Okay, so here we go. So this video in particular, this is my most viewed video and it has 150,000 views. That's really nothing these days. And so, but look, it has made about, it's made $600. So if you think about this in this perspective that, there's a lot more interesting topics now. The art niche is a very small niche. Now, art is broad, but I was in the painting niche. And even within that, I was the abstract painting niche. So, it's a very, very small niche. Now, again, if I did more videos, I could have made more money. But the problem with, a painting channel is that you have to keep buying the supplies and keep putting out the videos and keep doing this. So there are things that I could have done where I could have done a lot more videos of smaller paintings, so I wasn't doing these massive paintings, but that just wasn't me, right? So essentially my point out of that is that if you have a niche that you can kind of capitalize on and make videos that get you at least 100,000 views per video, well, you can see it right here, even on a kind of a lower CPM. If you get 150,000 views and you make, $600, that's one video. So if you land in a niche, that's really popular or has a lot of views, this is the kind of money you make, right? And so if you're making 150K and let's say this was 1 million, right? So we, 5X this, that's about $3,000, $4,000 of one video. So if you can get hundreds of thousands of views, you can make a substantial income. So the thing with all of this is that, you have to really kind of find your stride in what you're trying to do. And again, it can make you money. And look, this is all watch page ads. So this is all just ad revenue. I did make some money some other ways. And I might talk about those things, but ultimately this is it right here. So again, this isn't, I know it's not life-changing money for me or for a lot of people, but it could be for someone, depending on where you live, or, it could be something that would just pay the bills because it's a couple $100, every few months. But ultimately, the point out of all this is that it can be done. So even me, just a kind of a guy that just liked to paint and share that painting, if I had done more videos, or I was a little more professional about how I approach those videos, I probably could have made more, but I didn't. So, ultimately, if you can really kind of take it seriously and put in the effort, you can probably make a lot more than I did, especially if you can make some decent thumbnails and you can keep that audience, you can build up that retention. So that's about it. I just wanted to share that monetization with you guys, to be kind of honest with you and show you what a channel with like 8,000 subs makes. But the subs, ultimately, I'm going to end with this. The subs doesn't matter. Once you're monetized, it's really not about the subs, it's about the views. So, subs don't necessarily make you money. The views do. Now, subs is great because if you ever want to sell the channel, or if you ever want to just kind of, make more off of like memberships, or you want to make more off of, like having a Patreon or something like that. It's great because the subscribers are more invested than just a normal viewer. But if you're just looking strictly at AdSense numbers, that's just based on views and clicks. So, ultimately that's kind of what it's about. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. I just wanted to give you this kind of update and give you kind of a insight into the numbers that a smaller channel makes, especially one that doesn't post anymore. So if you keep posting, you probably make a lot more than I did. But anyways, that's about it. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.